All right, let's take a look at the cat command. Cat is short for concatenate, and basically what this does is it reads one or more files in sequential order, concatenates them together, and then prints the contents to standard out. So first, let's look at how to use the command, and then we're going to see all of the options available to us, and then I'll show you a couple of ways that we can use this. So let's begin by looking at what's in this current directory. I have file1.txt and file2.txt. So let's say you want to know what's inside of the first file, file1.txt. You would simply do cat space file1.txt and hit enter. You can see it prints out the entire file, including some blank lines there. What if you want to see what's inside of the second file? It's the same thing, cat space file2.txt, hit enter. Right, now, what if you want to see what's inside of both files? You would do cat file1.txt and file2. And you can see that it takes both files, concatenates them together, and then prints it to the screen as if it was one file. So let's look at some of the options available to us now, or rather all of the options available to us. The first one that I'll show you is the -n option. So -n will assign line numbers to every single line that it prints. Notice a couple of things here. It's numbering the blank lines. It's numbering all of the lines as if it was one file. It's not numbering 1 through 8 for the first file and then 1 through 5 for the second file. It's simply numbering all of them as if it was one file. If you don't want to count the blank lines, you can use the -b option. That will number everything but the blank lines. You can also use the -s option to take those 3 blank lines and squeeze them down into a single line. S is for squeeze. And so again, if you have 3 blank lines there like I do, it's going to display only one line. You can't remove them completely, but you can condense it. And you can see that there's only one blank line now. You can also combine this with the line numbers. So you can now count just one blank line rather than all of them. And you can also do the -b. So now it's numbering everything but that one blank line. So it helps make the file a little bit more readable. All right, another option is the -e, which is for line endings, and it will display a $sign at the end of each line. It's pretty straightforward except for lines 3 and 4. Notice that the line endings are way out to the right, past the word. That's because there are some spaces between the word and the end of a line. At least they look like spaces. But as we will see in a second, they aren't actually spaces. They are tabs, at least in one of those lines. So you can use the -t option to display tab characters. Right after rabbit there on line 3, you'll notice that there's a caret symbol and then a capital I, then another caret symbol and a capital I. Each of those pairs, so the caret symbol and the I together, represent a tab character. So that means I have 2 tab characters in that line. If we combine that with the line endings, so you got capital T to display tabs, we got the N to number the lines, and then we got the E to show line endings. Notice that there is still a single space between the tab characters and the line ending on line 3. That's because I put in 2 tab characters and then a single space. In line 4, it's all spaces. Another option is -V, which will print all non-printable characters or display all non-printable characters. I don't have any in this file, but if I did, it would display those in here. So I'm not actually really demonstrating that one. I'm just telling you what it is. And then the last option available to us is the -A, and that's capital A, and that stands for all. And it's basically combining the V, the E, and the T. So it will display all non-printable characters, all tab characters, and line endings. You can see that's all being displayed there. So I'm going to edit the first file. I can demonstrate something to you. So I'm in Vim, and basically what I'm going to do is hit D twice, which will delete the current line. So I want to delete those blank lines. Now that I'm done with that, I'm going to hit the Shift and the semicolon key or the colon key to bring up a colon, and I can hit Q for quit, or rather WQ, which means write and then quit. So that's how we save it. We cat the outputs of file 1. We'll see that the blank lines are now gone. And I'm going to do something here and just kind of demonstrate one possible way that you could use this command other than just seeing what's inside of a file. Let's say you had a couple of files, like perhaps some CSV files. Instead of these being lists of animals, what if these were lists of transactions? So the file 1 might be transactions from a banking statement for the month of January, and the second file might be transactions for your for February. You can use cat to take both of those, add them together, and then produce one big list of all transactions from all of the months. And that's a really practical way that you would use these. And you would just do something like cat file1.txt space file2.txt, and then you can use the redirection there to send it to a new file and call it results.txt. Hit enter, and you are now going to get at the results. You can see I now have one file from both of those. And again, if those were transactions, you would just have basically like all of January's, and then you would have all of February's, or you could basically give that in any order that you want. Now, here's another way that you could use that. Let's remove the results. Make sure it's gone. So we now have the results file gone. We're back to just having these two text files. Another way that you could use this is, let's say these were two lists of something. I don't know what would be. Maybe it's animals. Then maybe there's something a little bit more practical that you would have. But let's say you had two lists like this, and you wanted to sort them and then send the results to a single file. You could do something like this. Cat file 1 and file 2. And then you can type the output to sort, and then you can send that output to results. You can see we created the results file. We cat that. Notice that we now have a new file that was made from two separate files, and it's now sorted in alphabetical order. So you've got bear, cat, dogs, elephants, goat, lion, rabbit, snake, all in alphabetical order. So those are just, two ways that you could use this, and that's it.